Hello everybody and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today, in this video, we will be talking about the 24-25 season with Walsall and reviewing it and talking about different bits of the season. So let's get into it. Right, so the first thing to really talk about with this season review is the Sadler's transfers that we brought in the summer. We will come to January transfers later on in the video, but right now we're talking about summer transfers. Walsall made a big amount of transfers this season, with a number of about 12 or 13 new players coming through the door in the summer. In no particular order, we brought in Albert Adoma on a free transfer from QPR. We raided Burton Albion for two of their players in Josh Gordon and Charlie Lakin, again on free transfers. Brought in Sam Hornby from Colchester, Connor Barrett on a free transfer from Fylde, Rico Brown on a free transfer as well. He was without a club, but he had been at Blues the prior season, and Russell Olympic I think as well. So yeah, we brought in David Kagbu. We made his loan permanent from Stoke, which I was very happy with, and that one came through. We brought George Hall in from Birmingham, who was meant to be really good for a lot of Blues players. Blues fans were telling me he had spells, didn't he? Reyes Clearian on loan from West Brom, Tommy Simpkin and Nathan Lowe in from Stoke. A very good summer business window, in my opinion. One of our best for a long time. But the summer was a busy one on the tail of outgoings. We let Isaac Hutchinson go on a fee to Bristol Rovers. I think the amount of the fee was about £100,000. And we let Jackson Smith head to Barnsley as well. More on him later as well, because something happened in one of the games he was involved in. And released or out of contract was Tom Knowles, Owen Evans, Joe Riley, Joe Fultz, Roland Miniense and Otay. I wasn't really sad any of those left, bar maybe Joe Fultz, to be quite honest with you. I thought there was a definite player there. Just a shame that nothing persevered with it. So yeah. But yeah, we got rid of the dead wood that we didn't need as well, which really helped us push in going into the season. Walsall had many pre-season friendlies this season, with 6 being confirmed for the Sadlers, getting played over the month of July and start of August, before we kicked off about 7 days later at home to Morecambe. We kicked off with a 3-0 away win on the 13th of July against Alvechurch. Then on the 17th of July we had the same score against us, this time at home against a very strong Aston Villa side. We then played against Tamworth away on the 20th of July. We also had a behind closed doors friendly against Lincoln City on the 23rd of July at the Bescot, and on the 27th at the Bescot we had a game against eventual League One champions Birmingham City. Then we went to Ireland and drew 1-1 against Drogheda and lost on pens. And then we played Solihull Moors on the 3rd of August and drew 0-0. The league, wow, what a season it was in the league. We had some great games, awful games. Let's go through some of the highs first though. Right, we started off the season with a 1-0 at Morecambe. You know, got the season off to a great start. The next good match I'm going to be talking about is when we beat Colchester 4-0. Just a brilliant, rampant display against, at the time, a terrible Colchester team. The next one I'm going to be talking about is Grimsby, when we went to Grimsby and annihilated them 4-1 and might one of the best away days I think I've ever done. It was brilliant. Next one I'm going to talk about was that week. A very good week of football. We have Notts County at home on the Tuesday. We dispatch of them 3-2. And then on the Saturday, we beat Vale to go top of the league in December, which was very, very good. Then around the Christmas period, we do very, very well, beating Harrogate 2-0 away from home, beating Doncaster and beating Newport 2-0 at home. A great New Year's Day win away at Notts County with an Evan Weir goal line clearance. That might be the best goal line clearance ever. It was unbelievable. And beating Tranmere 5-1 as well. That was probably one of the last good results we had, to be quite honest with you, in the league. There was some second half of the season was dire, which we'll get into a bit later. But yeah, results that, you know, weren't great for us in the league was the Fleetwood result, getting battered 6-2 by Fleetwood was not ideal. It wasn't very good either. It was horrible, horrible, horrible day. Awful game. Awful. And, you know, any of the second half games of the season you could probably pick, to be quite honest with you, because they were all awful. Losing to Vale at home was up there with an awful one. The 1-0 at Accrington was dire as well, wasn't it? Awful. You know, but yeah, but I think the one you've got to pick out of it was the Crew game. Everything riding on it. To go and win the game and for Bradford to score in the 96th minute was heartbreaking. Yeah, that was probably the worst game of the season for me. Just the emotions around it, and losing and not going up in that fashion was horrible. We move on to the playoffs. We dispatch of Crew over 2 games in the playoffs with a very resounding 4-1 aggregate performance over 2 legs, with the home leg being one of the best games I've ever been to. It was unbelievable. Really, really good. And the final wasn't very good, was it? We just didn't get going. We didn't really start very well. We weren't great when it came to football. We lacked energy. We lacked any real cutting edge, any real passing threat on the football pitch. Yeah, all of that thing at Chesterfield to go straight out the window and to have another season in League 2 is heartbreaking, but yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. Winter transfers came in January. We made a boatload with, I think, around maybe like 6 or 7. after losing low in January, followed with no particular order, Elijah Ahui on a free transfer, brought in Levi and Manchi, Alfie Chang, Ellis Harrison, Ethan Wheatley, and Nathan Asimwe and Darius Lapsuchik, which everyone thought was a brilliant transfer window, including me, and it proved to be another January which derailed our season. So yeah, not ideal. Now, some players this season have been unbelievable. This year, I think, let's do a top 5 best, top 5 worst. You've got to put in Taylor Allen in being one of the best. He was sensational this season. Simpkin in goal was brilliant. And then I think Connor Barrett, with the amount of assists he got, I think you've got to put him in. Charlie Lakin. People don't understand how important Charlie Lakin is to the team. And also Nathan Lowe. Honourable mentions to Jamie Jellis and Harry Williams. They also make us tick very, very well. Worst players, I think you've got to put in George Hall. He didn't live up to the hype that all the Blues fans were saying he was going to be. I think you've got to put in, you would say Darius Lapsuchik, but I think it's a bit harsh to put him in, considering he didn't play a game. Danny Johnson didn't get enough minutes and very underwhelming when he played. Levi Amanchi wasn't very good, but I think he'll come good. I really do think he'll come good this season. I really do, but next season. So yeah, hopefully that happens. And worst players, there wasn't very many. I'd probably say them 3 being the worst. Ethan Wheatley probably follows up with that because he was awful as well. And then probably them 4. Don't even think you can probably do a 5 for worst players, to be quite honest with you. So yeah. So yeah, it's been a very, very good season with some unbelievable moments. Unbelievable goals. Jamie Jellis's is up there against Colchester and against Grimsby. I think the team goal against Colchester was really, really good as well. So yeah, we've had some good goals this season that I think definitely will be remembered. But this season will definitely be remembered, for the first half of the season. Winning 9 on the bounce is brilliant, really, isn't it? And just we were blowing teams away like no one's business. Didn't care who you were, we blew you away out the dust. Something happened in January and we were playing at relegation form and were playing really, really badly, and couldn't pick up a win at all, could we, for our lives. But it's been a great season. Good fun, lots of highs, lots of lows. We will be there next season. Up the Saddlers.